Last weekend, we introduced you to 56 charities that were selected as part of the Super Bowl 56 Legacy Program. And today, we are getting a closer look at one of the charities that seeks to help teens with their mental health. It's called Teen Line, and the Chief Operating Officer, Cheryl Karp-Eskin, is joining us with more information. Thanks so much for joining us, Cheryl. If you could just kind of break down for us how Teen Line helps teens with their mental health.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me today. So Teen Line started in 1980 based on the premise that when teens are struggling, they're much more likely to go to the peers in their life than the adults. Obviously, a lot has changed in the last 40 years, but we still hold that premise true. Every year, we train about 60 to 80 Los Angeles-based teens to be what we call listeners for their peers. We get contacts about anything you can imagine that teens are struggling with. So our teens are prepared and ready.
And even if it's a very serious call, perhaps suicide?
Definitely. Particularly in this pandemic, we've seen a rise in people reaching out for suicidal thoughts or other tricky situations. Our teens go through a 65-hour training program focusing on all these specific topics. And then they spend time also preparing by doing role plays about specific topics. So they're very well prepared, and they're supervised at all times by adult mental health professionals who can offer support if there's a need for it, and just crisis management as well.
And this has been such a tough time for so many people with the pandemic. But, how important is it really, in your opinion, that the service is available right now?
And in my opinion, mental health is going to be the next pandemic. I think these almost 2 years have, been incredibly difficult for everyone, but especially teens who are missing out or have missed out on so many of their formative experiences by being in school, by being able to socialize, things of that sort. We can't underestimate the impact of connection, and also of teens having safe places to be. We really saw on our hotline when the pandemic first started how school was a refuge for so many teens and living in unsafe environments or without supportive families. So I think it's more important, mental health has always been important. I think it's more important than ever as we're starting to come out of this or readjusting back to what life is like.
Do you know, Cheryl, how Teen Line was chosen for the Legacy Program?
I think the specific things they were looking for were unsung heroes, change makers, inspirational, diverse values, all of which we do embody here at Teen Line. Been around for 40 plus years, which is hard as a nonprofit. And I think I'm so excited to be here to get the word out because a lot of people don't know that we exist and we're a resource for teens. So I think all of those combined, I'm grateful to the committee who saw our organization and provided this grant and, called us a champion, because I feel like we are. Our teens are really the champions.
Well, how can people learn more if they either need to be making the call or maybe even want to volunteer?
Yeah, so fabulous. So we have our website is teenlineonline.org. all one word. And if you go on the website, you can find all the information about applying, how to reach out. We're open 6 to 10 every night because we're staffed by teens who need to go to school and sleep. So between 6 to 10, if you reach out, you're going to get one of our teens to talk to about anything that's going on in your life.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.